Chapter 8. The Football Match. The next day was the day of the big football match. Mr. Hart had invited about 10 people. Anna did not watch the game. She was helping Mrs. Hart in the kitchen. They were making tea. It was a good game, and everyone was enjoying it. At half-time, Peter went into the kitchen. "Why don't you come and watch the match, Anna?" he said. "It's really good. Come on." Anna laughed. "No, thanks," she said. "I'm helping Mrs. Hart. Look, here's the tea. Can you take it in to the others?" "OK," said Peter. "It's a terrific match. Mike Bailey scored a great goal." Peter took the tea into the sitting room, and the second half of the match started. The second half was very exciting. Mike Bailey scored another goal after 20 minutes. The score was 2-0. Then the other side scored 2 quick goals. It was 2-2. There were only 5 minutes of the match left. "Come on," shouted Peter. "Come on, Mike, let's have another goal." In the last seconds of the match, Mike Bailey scored the winner. It was his 3rd goal of the match. But something was wrong. The other team's goalkeeper was injured. Bailey had been very near the goalkeeper, and he had kicked the ball very hard. The ball had hit the goalkeeper's neck. Mrs. Hart and Anna came in from the kitchen. "What's happened?" said Anna. "What's wrong?" "It's Brian Thomas, the goalkeeper," said Peter. "He's injured." It was serious. The goalkeeper had broken his neck. Later they all watched the news on TV. They saw pictures of Mike Bailey's 3rd goal. It was a great goal. They saw the ball hit the goalkeeper. It was an accident. The TV announcer said, "And now over to our sports studio for an interview with Mike Bailey." They all watched the interview. The TV showed a picture of Mike Bailey and the interviewer. "Mike," said the interviewer, 3 goals in 1 match. How do you feel about that?" But Mike Bailey said nothing. He could not speak. He tried to speak, but he could not. It was terrible. The interviewer tried another question. "Let me ask you about the 3rd goal, Mike. It was a great goal, but how do you feel about the injury to Brian Thomas?" It was a silly question. The injured goalkeeper would never play football again. Mike Bailey said nothing. He looked very ill. When the interview ended, Mr. Hart turned off the TV. No one noticed that Anna had left the room. Mike Bailey had looked frightened. Anna was frightened too. Mike Bailey and Anna had met before, the day before, at the corner shop. Chapter 9. A Secret Weekend. Anna did not know what to do. She was only 17, but sometimes she felt much older. She wanted to ask Dave about Mike Bailey and Greta Gordon. She wanted to know about special orders. She decided to wait. One day, Dave and Anna were alone in the shop. "How's Peter?" asked Dave. "He's fine, thanks," said Anna. Dave smiled. "Is he still playing football?" "Of course he is," said Anna. Dave laughed. "You don't see him very much, do you, Anna?" "I see him 3 or 4 times a week," said Anna. "What about weekends?" Dave asked. Anna replied quickly, "I don't see him much at weekends. He plays football then." "When are you getting married?" asked Dave. "I don't know," she replied. "We haven't decided yet. Perhaps next year." "That's a long time." Dave smiled at Anna. Anna felt afraid. She also felt excited. She didn't know why. "Sometimes you're bored, Anna, aren't you?" said Dave. He looked into her eyes. "Yes," said Anna, "that's true." "Why don't you come away with me for a weekend?" said Dave. "We can go to London." A weekend in London! Anna had only been to London once for a day. Anna was excited, but she was also afraid. "I don't know," she said. "I must think of Peter." "Oh, forget him," said Dave. "He'll never know." Come with me and we'll go to the best shops. We'll go to the best cinema. Will you come with me?" Anna said nothing. Suddenly she had an idea. She looked at Dave. "Perhaps I'll come with you," she said. "Good," said Dave. "That's great." "But first," said Anna, "I want to ask you something." "What do you want to know?" he said quietly. "I want to know about your special orders." "Very clever," said Dave. "You're a village girl, but you're very clever, Anna." "Village girls aren't stupid," said Anna. "Now tell me about your special orders, then I'll come to London with you." Dave was angry. "One question. You can ask me one question," he said. Quickly, Anna asked, "Why do people come to you? Why—" "One question. Only one," shouted Dave. "All right," said Anna, "but don't shout. Tell me, why do people come to see you?" Dave thought about his answer. He spoke quietly. "They come for help," he said. "They need help, and I sell help to them. That's all." Chapter 10. A Quarrel. Anna enjoyed the weekend. They arrived in London late on Friday evening and stayed at a big hotel. On Saturday they went shopping, and in the evening they went to a cinema. On Sunday they went to a park. They came back to Wood End on Sunday evening. It was the last Sunday in September. On Monday, Anna went to the shop. It was not so busy now. Summer was over. Most of the customers were villagers. It was a cold autumn. On Monday evening, Peter came to see Anna. "Hello," said Anna. "Did you win on Saturday?" "No," said Peter. "We didn't win, and I didn't play." Anna was surprised. "You didn't play? Why not? What was wrong?" "I didn't feel very well on Saturday morning. I stayed in Wood End. I was in the village all weekend." Anna's face was red. Her voice was quiet. "Are you feeling better now?" she asked. "No," said Peter, "and you know why." Anna tried to look surprised. "Me?" she said. "Oh, Anna," said Peter, "you know what's wrong. It's you and Dave Slatin." "What do you mean, me and Dave Slatin?" said Anna quickly. "You went away with him on Friday evening. Someone saw you in Dave's car." "I know that, Peter," said Anna, "and I don't want both of you. But listen, Peter, I want to tell you about Dave. There's something very strange about him." "Dave, Dave, Dave," Peter shouted. "You talk about him all the time. I don't want to hear his name again." Peter turned round and walked out of the room. He left Anna's house. Now Anna was alone. She was very unhappy. She wanted to talk to Peter. She wanted to tell him about Dave. She wanted to tell him about Greta Gordon and about Mike Bailey. But Peter had left her.